Hi, welcome back to Valley News Live. We have some first alert weather days coming up tomorrow and on Friday to round out not only this week, but this month. And in fact, we have two more first alert weather days as we look into next week already, as a major winter storm is already starting to shape up out there. Now, what we're expecting for those first rounds of first alert weather days, we have that snow going to start in the late evening, a little bit after dinner time for folks in the south, and that will continue overnight. We have a little bit of a break during the early morning hours before the main event comes on in on Friday, bringing significant snow and strong winds. So that means any travel could be pretty dicey, especially if you're heading south toward the Twin Cities. But first, right now here in Fargo, we have sunny skies. The temperature is 20 degrees. Those winds out of the southwest at 15 miles an hour, making it feel like it's 6 degrees out there. And a look at the satellite and radar shows pretty much nothing. We have clear skies for everyone. Some clouds moved through northern Minnesota not too long ago, but those have dissipated, and we're continuing seeing those winds out of the southwest at about 5 to 15 miles an hour, though some places are a little bit stronger, like Langdon there at 21 miles per hour for their winds. Now these temperatures, most folks sitting right around 20 degrees, give or take a couple of degrees here or there. But as we move through the remainder of the afternoon and into the evening, we're going to see continuing clear skies. Before we start heading off to bed, we're going to see some clouds start to build for folks in the southwest. This is about 9 o'clock, and as we continue overnight, we're going to see those clouds continue to build. Most of the area seeing those cloudy skies except for in the very far north, and that's when we're going to start seeing those snowflakes enter our southern region. Now, that snow at the beginning of this event is going to be very isolated in a very narrow band, but as we move towards lunch, that band will start to dissipate a little bit before the snow really starts to pick up in the late afternoon. There it is starting to form, and by around 6:30, that's when we're going to start seeing more and more of that snow marching into our area. Now, as we continue through dinner time and start heading off to bed, we're going to see that first wave of snow reach places as far north as the I-94 corridor and a little bit farther north. So that's when we're going to see folks in the north see their snow. Now, that first band is going to dissipate, become a bit more scattered as we move into the early morning hours of Friday, about 4:45. Here we are. But then the main event really starts to kick into gear. By around 8 a.m., we're going to see some pretty heavy snow moving into the area. By about 11, here we are. That's when we're going to see the heaviest of the snow pick up. We could see snowfall rates of about 1 to 2 inches, maybe a little bit more per hour, especially where you see these dark blues and these whites. And that's going to continue for folks in the border region of North Dakota, South Dakota, as well as into Lakes Country for quite some time, with some mixed precipitation thrown in there as well. Now that will finally start tapering off around dinner time on Friday. We could pick up some light icing for folks in our south, and places could see about 3 to 7 inches all the way as far as St. Cloud and around that border region of North Dakota, South Dakota. Farther north, we see those snow totals drop off pretty significantly. So we have a couple rounds of snow Thursday and Friday. This weekend looking a little nicer. Sunday we have some spotty snow moving in, and if we don't hit 40 then, we won't hit it for quite some time. And then Tuesday and Wednesday we have that big winter storm coming up, and we'll keep you updated on that one.
Yeah, definitely a lot to pay attention to for next week. But, you know, high 30s, you know, there's nothing to really complain about that really, for now. But I'm sure everyone would like to enjoy a 50 or 60 sometime very soon. I would as well. Jim, thank you so much.